Hey there, fellow Pisces. Are you ready to dive into 2025 and all the cosmic awesomeness it has in store for you?
I love that cosmic awesomeness. I think that's going to be our title.
I think it should be.
But yeah, we are going to take a deep dive into your yearly horoscope today.
Yes, we are.
But we're not just going to go month by month, are we? We're going to look at the big picture.
We are going to pick out the juiciest trends and the biggest opportunities
Ooh, juicy trends. I like that.
that you should definitely have on your radar.
Yeah, it's interesting because when I look at this horoscope,
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't just lay out predictions, does it?
No.
It's more like a personalized guide,
Ooh.
highlighting those moments when you can
know.
really harness the energy of the year
I like that.
to level up different areas of your life.
I love that. A cosmic roadmap.
It is a cosmic roadmap.
So where does this cosmic roadmap lead us first?
Well,
What's the big picture for Pisces in 2025?
the big picture, the overarching theme, I would say, is growth and transformation. And almost every month has some element of this.
Interesting.
Whether it's in your career or your relationships or
Mhm.
personal development, all these different areas of life.
Yeah.
It seems like 2025 is inviting you to step into a new version of yourself.
I love it. A new version of ourselves. Pisces are ready.
Pisces are red.
Let's break it down.
Okay.
Starting with career,
Yes.
what kind of professional shifts are we looking at here?
Okay, so the first thing that struck me when I was looking at this
Mhm.
was the sheer number of months with strong career energy.
Oh, really?
March, May, June, July, August, even November.
Wow.
It's like back to back to back. And it's not just about maintaining the status quo either.
No.
This horoscope is really pointing to opportunities for you to take on leadership roles,
Okay.
expand your skill set, and maybe even take some calculated risks to reach that next level.
I like it. So not just coasting along,
Yeah.
but really making some bold moves. Any
Yeah.
particular months stand out in that regard?
March is particularly interesting.
Okay.
The horoscope mentions doors opening unexpectedly.
Oh.
So that suggests you need to be ready to seize these opportunities that might appear out of the blue.
Got it.
This might mean stepping outside your comfort zone, making quick decisions,
Yeah.
or just being willing to embrace a new direction,
I can already feel the butterflies in my stomach.
I know, right?
Okay, now let's talk love.
Yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't be a horoscope without it, right?
Of course not. Of course not.
What's the cosmic forecast for Pisces hearts in 2025?
Well, the early part of the year seems pretty blissful,
Oh, yeah.
especially January, which is highlighted as a time for deepening those existing connections,
I like that.
fostering understanding, and just enjoying that warm, fuzzy feeling of love,
Yeah.
And in fact, the horoscope specifically mentions Venus being in Pisces early in the year,
Okay.
which, as we know, amplifies attraction and romantic vibes.
Venus in Pisces sounds dreamy.
Dreamy.
But does this lovey-dovey energy last all year long?
You wish.
Okay.
Not quite. So the middle of the year, specifically around June and July, seems a bit more turbulent. Yeah, the horoscope mentions the potential for tests and challenges in relationships, emphasizing the need for open communication
Right.
and a willingness to work through issues together.
So a bit of a cosmic relationship boot camp.
It is you said it, not me.
I mean, makes sense.
Oh,
Growth rarely comes without a little bit of friction.
okay.
Now, before we dive too deep into matters of the heart,
Okay.
let's talk about something a little more practical.
Practical.
Finances.
Finances?
What's the financial outlook for Pisces in 2025?
I'm glad you asked that because the overall vibe is one of stability,
Okay, good.
which is always good to hear.
Yes.
However, there's a but.
There's always a but.
There is a but. The horoscope repeatedly stresses the need for prudence and long-term planning.
Okay.
Now, it's not about being overly cautious or anything like that,
Right.
but more about making those smart choices and avoiding those impulsive spending sprees, especially in a few key months.
Okay, I'm all ears. Which months should we be circling on the calendar for some extra financial awareness?
Circle February, May, and September
February, May, and September.
as times to be extra mindful of your budget and your spending habits.
Okay.
Now, this isn't necessarily a warning sign of financial doom,
No.
but more of a gentle nudge
Yeah.
to be extra discerning with big purchases or investments.
So maybe hold off on that spontaneous shopping spree in May.
Exactly.
Got it. Now, shifting gears a bit, what about personal growth?
Ooh, personal growth.
What kind of inner transformations are in store for Pisces in 2025?
This is where things get really interesting because personal growth is a prominent theme throughout the entire year, but with a few months in particular standing out, March, July, September, and December.
So a year-long journey of self-discovery, but with some extra potent energy boosts along the way.
I like how you put that, yes.
So what kind of personal growth activities does the horoscope suggest?
Well, it gets quite specific, actually.
Okay.
It mentions things like introspection, taking courses to learn new skills, connecting with your spirituality, or even exploring creative outlets.
Cool.
It's like a personalized self-improvement plan woven into the stars.
I love it. That's pretty cool.
It is.
So not just good vibes, but actual suggestions for how to channel the energy of the year.
Exactly.
Now, since we are talking about taking care of ourselves,
Yes.
what does the horoscope say about health for Pisces in 2025?
Well, health is definitely a key theme, and while it doesn't pinpoint any major health scares, it puts a strong emphasis on stress management.
Interesting.
Particularly during
here it comes.
June, July, August, September, and November.
5 months.
5 months, it seems like those months might be a bit more demanding.
Yeah.
So prioritizing self-care and finding healthy ways to de-stress will be absolutely crucial.
Okay, noted 5 months of remembering to breathe and take it easy amidst all of this career growth and personal exploration.
It's all about finding that balance between pushing yourself and honoring your well-being.
Great advice. It seems like finding that balance is going to be a key theme for Pisces in 2025.
I think so.
But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's rewind and break down those key themes month by month.
Okay. Sounds like a plan. Let's do it.
Let's delve deeper into those specific months and uncover those intriguing little details that can make all the difference.
I love it.
Are you ready?
Let's go. All right, so let's zoom in on those months and unpack what the horoscope has in store, starting with January. It's painted as a time for deepening connections.
That makes sense considering what you said about Venus being in Pisces, amplifying those romantic vibes.
Exactly. And not just romantic connections either.
No.
Deepening bonds with friends and family, it's like the universe is really encouraging you to nurture those relationships and appreciate all that love in your life.
Sounds like the perfect way to kick off the year.
It does.
What about February? Does that Venus and Pisces energy carry over?
It does, but there's an interesting twist. February is highlighted as a time when you might reconnect with someone from your past.
Ooh, intriguing.
Yeah, it could be a second chance at love, a rekindled friendship, or maybe even closure on something that was left unresolved.
Yeah, like a blast from the past.
Exactly. It's an opportunity to revisit the past with fresh eyes and see how those experiences have shaped you.
Yeah.
Then, as we move into March, the energy shifts. Dramatically remember those unexpected doors opening we mentioned earlier.
Yeah, that one really caught my attention.
Yeah.
It sounds like March could bring some sudden changes and opportunities.
It could.
Especially in the career realm.
Absolutely. This is a month where you need to be ready to think on your feet.
Okay.
Trust your instincts and be open to taking a leap of faith, even if it means deviating from your original plan.
So a month for embracing spontaneity and trusting the journey.
I like that, yeah.
I can dig it. What about April? Does that sense of adventure continue?
In a way, yes. April is highlighted as a month where romance could blossom in unexpected places.
Ooh.
So while those career doors are swinging open in March,
yeah,
keep your heart open too, Pisces. You never know where you might find love.
Ooh. I love that it's a reminder to stay open to possibilities.
Yes.
Even in areas where we might not be actively looking.
Exactly.
What comes after April?
Let's see.
Does that sense of new beginnings continue into May?
May is interesting because it brings together a few different themes we've already touched on.
Oh.
It's a month with strong career energy, as we mentioned earlier.
Yep.
But it's also one of those months flagged for financial caution.
Right. That double whammy of potential career growth and the need for budget awareness.
Yeah.
Sounds like it might be a time for some strategic decision-making.
Exactly. It's about balancing ambition with practicality, pursuing those career opportunities while also being mindful of your financial resources.
So making those power moves, but with a well-thought-out plan.
I love it. Yes.
Makes sense. What comes next? June, right?
June.
Didn't you mention something about relationship challenges around that time?
Yes. June and July are both highlighted as times when relationships might be tested.
Okay.
Now, this doesn't necessarily mean breakups or major drama.
Okay.
But it does suggest a need for clear communication and a willingness to address any underlying issues that might surface.
So a time for open and honest conversations.
Yes.
Maybe even some constructive conflict to help strengthen those bonds.
Exactly.
I guess even the most harmonious relationships need a little bit of a tune-up sometimes, right?
Absolutely. It's about using those challenges as opportunities for growth, both individually and as a couple. And speaking of growth,
Yes.
July is also one of those months with powerful personal growth energy.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier, those specific months where the universe seems to be giving us an extra nudge to level up.
Exactly.
What kind of personal growth activities are highlighted for July?
Well, the horoscope mentions things like introspection, exploring your spirituality, and possibly taking a course or workshop to learn a new skill. It's a time for expanding your horizons, both internally and externally.
Sounds like a month for feeding the mind, body, and soul. I like what comes next August, right?
August is all about breaking free from routines and embracing innovation. Remember that theme of unexpected opportunities popping up.
Yeah.
This is where it really comes into play.
Ooh, I'm sensing a theme here there. August is also a month with strong career energy, if I recall correctly.
You're right. It's a time for pushing boundaries, thinking outside the box, and maybe even taking a risk or two to achieve those professional goals.
So a month for bold moves and creative solutions. I'm starting to think Pisces are going to be quite busy in 2025.
Indeed, and the momentum continues into September.
Okay.
This month is highlighted for both personal growth and stress management.
Okay, that's an interesting combo. What does that look like in practical terms?
Well, it might mean finding a balance between pursuing those personal growth goals and making sure you're not overdoing it. It's a time for checking in with yourself, listening to your body, and prioritizing self-care amidst all the excitement and change.
So basically, September is reminding us to schedule in some downtime and relaxation.
Yes.
Alongside those personal development workshops and career advancements.
Exactly.
Balance is key.
Balance is key.
What about October? Does that high-energy vibe continue?
October seems a bit calmer compared to the whirlwind of the previous few months.
Okay.
It's a time for reflecting on what you've learned and accomplished, consolidating your gains, and preparing for that final stretch of the year.
Ah, a little cosmic pause for the cause.
I like that.
Makes sense. We can't be on all the time.
We can't.
What about November? Didn't you mention that one is having strong career energy as well?
You have a great memory.
Thank you.
November is indeed highlighted for career advancements and opportunities.
Okay.
It's a time when your hard work and dedication might be recognized, leading to potential promotions, new projects, or even a job offer that aligns perfectly with your aspirations.
So a month for reaping the rewards of all those seeds you've been planting throughout the year? I love that. What about December? How does 2025 wrap up for Pisces?
December is a month for celebrating your achievements, expressing gratitude for the lessons learned, and setting intentions for the year ahead. It's also a month where personal growth takes center stage once again.
So ending the year on a high note of reflection, gratitude, and continued self-discovery.
Yes.
It's beautiful how this horoscope ties everything together,
It is.
creating a sense of flow and continuity throughout the year.
I think what's really beautiful about it is it really highlights the power of choice. You know,
Yeah.
even though there are these certain energies at play each month, ultimately you have the power to decide how you respond to them,
Right.
what actions you take, and what kind of year you create for yourself.
That's such an important reminder.
It's-
This horoscope isn't about fate or destiny.
No,
It's about using these insights as a guide,
a compass.
a compass to help us navigate the year with awareness and intention. But we've covered a lot of ground here.
We have. We've journeyed through all 12 months exploring the potential highs and lows, the opportunities for growth, and the reminders to prioritize self-care.
Yes.
But what does this all mean for you, the listener, as you step into 2025?
That's the big question, isn't it?
It is.
How do we take all this information and actually apply it to our lives? I think this deep dive has given us a really fantastic overview of the energy that's swirling around Pisces in 2025. But the question is, how do we as Pisces actually make the most of it all?
I think the key is to view this horoscope
Yeah.
not as a set-in-stone prediction, but more like a weather forecast.
Go.
It gives you a sense of the climate, the potential storms and sunshine.
Right.
But you still have the power to choose your outfit
Okay.
and decide whether to dance in the rain or seek shelter.
I love that analogy.
Good.
So instead of feeling bound by these predictions, we can use them to make informed choices and navigate the year with more awareness.
Exactly. For instance, knowing that May is a month for both career opportunities and financial caution might influence how you approach a potential job offer or a major purchase.
Right.
Maybe you negotiate a higher salary or hold off on that big vacation until later in the year.
That makes so much sense. And what about those months where personal growth is highlighted?
Well,
How can we proactively tap into that energy?
instead of waiting for those months to arrive,
Yeah.
maybe you start exploring potential courses or workshops now.
Okay.
Perhaps you begin a journaling practice to deepen your introspection or research different spiritual practices that resonate with you. It's about planting those seeds in advance so they can flourish when the time is right.
So it's not just about reacting to what the year throws at us,
No.
but also about actively creating the experiences we want to have.
Absolutely. And that includes those unexpected opportunities that the horoscope keeps hinting at. How can you cultivate a mindset of openness and flexibility so you're ready to embrace those moments when they arise?
Maybe it's about saying yes more often,
Yeah.
stepping outside of our comfort zones, or simply paying attention to those intuitive nudges
Yes.
that might lead us down a new path.
Precisely. And remember, even those challenging periods like the relationship tests mentioned for June and July
Yeah,
can be opportunities for growth.
absolutely.
How can you view those moments as chances to strengthen your communication skills?
Right.
Learn more about yourself and your partner
Mm-hmm.
and build even deeper connections.
It's about shifting our perspective, seeing those challenges not as roadblocks, but as stepping stones on our journey.
Love it.
And speaking of journeys, I think this deep dive has given our listeners a fantastic roadmap for navigating the year ahead.
I agree. We've explored the potential career advancements, the evolving landscape of love, the importance of financial prudence, the transformative power of personal growth, and the vital role of health and well-being throughout the year.
But ultimately, dear listener, the most powerful tool you have is your own intuition. Trust your inner guidance. Use these insights as a compass and make 2025 a year that truly reflects your unique desires and aspirations.
Beautifully said. Embrace the energy of the year Pisces and make it your own